Hello everybody, this is EPN10 and welcome back to another Plants vs Zombies God of War 2 video, and today we shall be using the Metal Petal! That was actually pretty off and cringy anyway. Yes, we're using the Metal Petal in the moon base area. And yes, I'm using this metal monstrosity here. And yeah, this is moon base and hopefully we can get far. Spoilers, we kind of do because this is a post-commentated video, so I know what's going to go on, alright? Anyway, here, as you see here, I'm floating on air. Or on vacuum. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, this is the Metal Petal. She is the sunflower variant with the highest HP. She has 50 extra HP, which is a big deal, especially if you're a sunflower. As you can see here, I am dealing like 8 damage or so. You'll be seeing 8 a lot, because yeah, her damage drops off quite a bit, and you'll also see me use Sunbeam a bit more than usual here. So yeah, as I said, her HP is much higher than the other sunflowers. I mean, it is a 50% improvement over the other sunflowers' HP. For Iron Citron's only like a 25% increase. Yeah, going from 200 to 250 for Iron Citron, that's a 25% increase, right? And for Armored Chompers, even less so, because they did nerf that down to like 40 or something. So yeah, she does get the biggest improvement in terms of HP. This guy just activated his Drake mech, and you always got to be careful with these things because yeah, look at this. His fire, like the fire does penetrate pretty much everything. I don't know the science behind that, but yeah, the fire just like, it goes through a lot of things. As we saw there, look at that. He's just getting all 3 of us. So you always got to be careful against the Drake mech. I always underestimate it and always end up dying because of it. I underestimate its movement speed and its freaking range, like the fire breath range. So yeah, it's pretty serious stuff. You never want to underestimate a Drake, especially since they could tackle you too. So yeah, I wasn't sure how much damage I was dealing there. I think it was like 10, 11 or something. I'm not sure. So as you can see there, this guy died right as he reached for my arms there. But yeah, I could just get him back to 150, no problem. And yeah, look at this. Imp here, you'll see a couple of 8 and 7 damage. As I said, that's what you'll be seeing most of the time. And look at this guy. Oh my goodness, what are you doing with that barrel? I mean, the barrel does get an 80% damage reduction, but I mean, it can't really sustain that much fire for that long, you know? It's like 6 players shooting at him. And yeah. So here you always want to look to the left because there's always that one person on top of those suitcases and whatnot, waiting with the big bull blaster with like cannon, using the Deadbeard, or like a foot soldier just, you know, waiting it out so he could like sneak attack from the back. You always have those people, so you always want to check that area. That's a very popular spot, you know, for sneak attacking and whatnot. So yeah, there you go. And yeah, her fire rate, like her damage out, like, all right, she has an increased health, but you do pay for it in terms of speed. And some could say damage, because in God of Warfare 1, she did have like a very mediocre damage output. And people, you know, defended her saying, you know, it's cool because she's meant for healing. She's meant to, like, you know, stick around and heal a lot. And yeah, that's true. But yeah, but yeah, her fire rate, like her damage is fine. You know, 10, 11 damage for Sunflower is fine. But like her fire rate doesn't seem that quick. Her fire rate doesn't seem that fast. So it makes leading your shots against, you know, far moving targets a lot more difficult. At least for me personally, it makes it more difficult, slightly more difficult. And yeah, that's one big thing I have with her. Her fire rate is not the best. That's why you see me using the Sunbeam a lot. As you see here, I use a Sunbeam a lot more than usual. And yeah, but yeah, this is good because, you know, if you do have the damage, you know, going to Rutiform does decrease the damage dealt to you by 40%. And yeah, that means you have like a lot higher HP than normal. And yeah, you can survive a ZPG shot with the health upgrade. I'll explain that in a bit. But yeah, there you go. And right now I'm going to talk about her upgrades. And wait, does this happen here? Oh no, it doesn't. All right. Yeah, let's talk about her upgrades. Well, you know, the health, regeneration, blah blah blah. Those two are boring. The zoom upgrade, that's pretty boring as well. She gets the reload speed, which is pretty nice. It does help you reload a bit faster. She does get the ammo upgrade, which is, you know, increases your ammo from 50 to 60, which is a nice improvement by 20%. And as you can see here, there goes the slow fire rate. Look at this. I'm just taking so much damage from him. Look at that. It's like, it feels so slow. It's like 8 damage from far, and the fire rate is not the fastest. That's why I took so much damage from that. And then I got finished off by the sticky ball right there. So yeah, her fire rate is not the best compared to, like, you know, regular sunflower or dark flower, let's say. Definitely is much slower, at least for me. That's how it feels. But yeah, I talked about the ammo upgrade. So yeah, you get a nice 20% improvement, but is it really worth it? I mean, 50 ammo is like a lot already, like, especially like I don't think you'll be shooting for that long. And even if you are, like, you have 50 ammo, so like you could reload. If you have the reload upgrade, you could just reload faster than usual, and bam, you'll have another 50 ammo at your disposal. So like having both the reload speed and the ammo upgrade simultaneously applied for Metal Petal, I don't think it's the best. I mean, you could have it when you don't have the other upgrades, but for me, like, I'd rather have the speed upgrade. And yeah. And in this situation, she does, as I said before, she does have 50 extra HP, but it does not protect you from that. That impunt deals 150 damage, so no matter how much HP I have as a sunflower, a direct impunt shot is a death. And yes, it only makes it easier to land on me because yeah, it is an impunt, so yeah. An impunt does deal 150 damage, so yeah, it makes it easier for it to land on me because I'm moving slower. The extra HP does not help me at all in this situation, unless you have the health upgrade, which I'll talk about in a bit. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, I'm shooting this guy again. As you see, a lot of like 8, 9 damage-ish. And yeah, I do reach level 5, so yeah, let's talk about the health upgrade now. The health upgrade is really good for this particular variant. Well, it's kind of niche. It does help you, like, obviously against in general, you do have 10 extra HP. You could survive a bit longer. But yeah, it does protect you from impunts one-shotting you, which is pretty nice because, you know, if an all-star impunts you, then, like, let's say tackles you immediately after, a lot of players do that. You could, like, he could lose you for a second, and then you could just, you know, you could deal enough damage for him to just die right before he lands those last 2 shots or so on you to finish you off. So yeah, it could help in that situation. And look at this guy. He tackled right over here. There we go. And now he's running away. As you saw there, I'm dealing like 10 damage-ish. 9 damage. So yeah, the damage drops off pretty fast. And yeah, here this is a situation where, you know, having a slower movement speed does not help because I was chasing that guy for a while. I tried to chain hop downhill to catch up. But yeah, there you go. But we ended up getting him, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, also the extra HP does help you, like, against ZPGs. If you are in Sunbeam form or Solar Flare form, and you have the extra HP upgrade, the ZPG will deal. You take 40% less damage, so the ZPG will deal 150 damage. So you will survive with 10 HP. And usually, like me, I do. If you notice my gameplay, I do like ZPG some targets. I ZPG them in their direction, and then I look away. In this situation, it will help them a lot. Because they won't get finished off, so I'm like, oh crap, and I'll have to go back to the enemy, and then they may not be there anymore. So, you know, it could help you, like, you know, it can help you survive these one-shot abilities in very specific situations. But yeah, there you go. And yeah, there, as you saw there, like, I've been getting turbo twisted by a ton of super brains. And yeah, turbo twister is an extremely powerful ability, at least at the beginning, but it's still very, very powerful against characters that can't stun or escape that, because, you know, using turbo twister against the Rose is not the best because she could use any of her abilities on you and you'll be in trouble. And there was a Godify. Usually Godify saves the enemy if they have low HP. I've seen like 20 players shoot at one character, and then like some Rose decides to like Godify him, and then yeah, pretty much if he was frozen on fire, whatever, all that gets off. Like it all gets debuffed and whatnot, and then he's immune to damage for like 1 second. So it wastes everyone's time. So if someone has low HP, just don't Godify them, especially if everyone's shooting at them. And yeah, as you saw there, the Drake mech came back again, and my teammate basically stood up to him, but it didn't end up too well for him. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, he basically sacrificed himself. We did split up, which I did because I saw the Drake coming in. I'm like, oh boy, I need to get the heck out of here right now. And then yeah, that Sunflower stood back, and yeah, he was busy with the Sunflower while I was shooting him. And then when he finished off the Sunflower, he was going after me. Well, I finished him off before he could get to me. So that's pretty nice. So he sacrificed himself in a brave manner. So yeah, there you go. Now let's talk about the damage upgrade and her damage overall. Her damage upgrade helps her deal from like I think her damage without the damage upgrade, like the maximum is like 9 or 10. I'm not 100% sure. And yeah, but with the damage upgrade, it does go up to 11. And yeah, that's pretty good, but like you have to be very close to your targets. Like you lose damage pretty quickly with this variant, which is kind of surprised me. If she didn't lose damage, I think she'll be pretty good, but she does in this situation. And haha, that Drake cannot get me at all. So yeah, screw him. But yeah, she does have 11 maximum damage, but like it's not that high. It is high, but like it drops off so fast. Like you'll usually deal like 8 damage, especially since like you're not gonna run up to an enemy just to get that extra 11, you know, just to get that extra damage to, you know, mitigate the damage drop, because yeah, she is a slow character, so you're not gonna be chasing much players at all just to get that extra damage in. That's not what the Metal Petal is about. And yeah, right there, that was a perfect kill pretty much. I killed him at the last shot of the sunbeam. So yeah, that was pretty good. And yeah, time is almost up here, and we actually caught it. And here you can see the 11 damage is 11 up close critical, 9 up close non-critical, and from far away, as you can see here, it's 8 damage. So yeah, I'm not that far away from that scientist, and I'm dealing the minimum critical damage from far. So that's 8. You'll be dealing 8 damage minimum. 8 damage critical from the furthest distance, and 6 damage non-critical from the furthest distance. And yeah, 6 damage from far is pretty bad, especially with the slow fire rate sunflower. And as you saw there, I was trying to chase that kernel corn, but he was walking slightly faster than me. So yeah, that's another thing I'll have to talk about. So yeah, this chomper is just chilling around. Look at this guy, pretty happy that I was getting healed. And here we'll see the biggest fail of 2017. And look at this guy. Oh my goodness, what are you doing, friend? Nice job, man. And yeah, he's just cheering her on. He's like, yeah, there you go, good job. None of them have customization, so I don't know how the hell we got this far. So yeah. Also, I was talking about Turbo Twister earlier. When a Super Brain Turbo Twisters you, as I said, if you don't have any stuns, like let's say you're a Citron or a Rose, you can't really do much. Like if a Super Brain Turbo Twister is like on like a cactus, she's pretty screwed. Especially if he has full HP, unless you're like an ice cactus. But yeah, generally, if you're even if you turbo twisted against a pea shooter, yeah, like if they try to escape with hyper, that doesn't really work out that well. And yeah, same thing with sunflower. So the best you could do as a sunflower, if you see a turbo twister coming for you, you plant your heal flower down, you go into you go into a sunbeam form, and then you hope for the best. You hope that, you know, you outlast him, or your teammates come and help you, and you know, hopefully he dies before you do. That's pretty much what you could hope for. And you did see examples of that earlier when I was taking out some Super Brains when he was like turbo twistering on my sunflower character. And I got super balled. I'm like, oh boy, this guy saw me. So he did the right thing. He kicked and then he turbo twister. And yeah, all I could really do is just lay down my heal flower, which really didn't help. I needed to go in that rooted form just to like deal extra damage to him. And I think turbo twister does get affected by the damage reduction. I'm not 100% sure, because Turbo Twister does 8 damage in like a lot of scenarios. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So yeah, as I was saying, and yeah, let's move on to her speed part. She does move at a lower speed, so it does take you more time to move into cover. So let's say a regular sunflower takes 1 second to get into cover, right? And then with the Metal Petal, it will take me 1.2 seconds to get into cover, right? In that situation, I will take like 1 or 2 extra shots, right? And in that case, that extra HP didn't it wasn't much of a big deal. And then this guy, like, he super balled and he tried to get me again. But as you can see here, the turbo twist is like a freaking black hole. And yeah, like I was getting hit by it from pretty far, even though I was on a different level. I was on a different level. I was on a different platform than him, and I was pretty far away. That turbo twister still hit me. It like penetrated through the object, just like the freaking Drake did. So you always gotta watch out for things like that. So yeah, I survived there though. I made the right call and went on the higher level. And that worked out pretty well. I did survive by 6 HP, so all he needed was like 1 more counter of damage, and I would have died there. So yeah, the slower speed, like it takes more. On average, you'll receive more damage because you're moving slower. Slower moving targets on average do receive more damage because obviously they're moving slower. It makes it easier for them to land shots on you, and yeah, it takes you more time to get to cover, etc., etc. And also, you got to think of it from a healing perspective as well. If you're moving a lot from garden to garden, especially if you're capturing, you're moving slower and your teammates are constantly running around, so like you can't really catch up to them and heal them that well. As you saw there earlier, that dude just landed that perfectly. But yeah, as you saw earlier, some Kernel Corn just like walked faster than me. He just like zipped right past me, and this is with the speed upgrade. So yeah, you always got to keep that in mind, that you know, if you're moving around a lot and your teammates are moving around a lot, let's say in a scenario where you're capturing, this is a big deal, because yeah, you'll have trouble catching up to your teammates and doing your essential job, which is to heal. And yeah, in the case where like all your teammates are in one spot, let's say you're defending or holding out in a position, the extra HP does help a lot. And yeah, because you're in one spot, you're not moving that much, you're within a certain proximity, and yeah, you won't feel the effects of the reduced movement speed because you're not moving around that much. So yeah, at that point you're getting the full benefit of the HP upgrade, but with of the HP extra HP that she has, with no downsides pretty much. And it does help in situations where, like, let's say you're defending a garden, and you know, in a situation where any other sunflower would die because she has less HP. But you will survive because you have the extra HP, and you could revive 1 or 2 teammates or heal a teammate back up to health, and yeah, that'll definitely help in that situation. So yeah, in situations where your teammates are sedentary, it does help a lot. And there was like 5 seconds left. I try to like dive into that, and yeah, I failed. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That was Metal Petal. She does her fire rate and her, her damage drop off, I see a bit too much. It's not a big deal, but like if you factor both of those things in, she's an alright variant. She's definitely an altruistic variant. She's meant to like hold down in one spot and heal your teammates for as long as possible, and it definitely does help your teammates a lot. And yeah, also her slow movement speed, I'm not a big fan of her. I'm not really a fan of like bulky characters. Not bulky, but like, slow moving characters. It's just my personal preference. So yeah, there you have it. Metal Petal, she's an alright variant. I don't like her that much, but I'll definitely use her any day. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye bye.